I've been hearing a lot about this company, World Liberty Financial. Apparently, Don and Eric are really involved in it, and it's just generating a ton of money. I mean, basically $100 million-ish a month. And it's intriguing because Middle Eastern money came in at some point. This SpySeek got a stake, and then we sent AI chips to the United Arab Emirates. And the people who founded the company is not just Don and Eric, but Barron is actually listed as a founder. And then Steve Witkoff, that's Witkoff's sons, Zach and Alex also. And Steve Witkoff I know because Trump is always sending him to do negotiations for him around the world. And I gather that Steve Witkoff is one of Trump's best friends. Apparently they're really close. So anyway, World Liberty Financial had sales of like 2.7 million in October of 2024, so right before the election. And then since November of 2024, when Trump got elected, they have generated at least $1.4 billion, which notably is more than the Trump real estate profile has in 8 years. In the actual company, World Liberty Financial, the actual founders, like people who created it initially, were these guys, Chase Hero and Zach Folkman. So Chase, he literally called himself the dirtbag of the internet. He was selling these literal get-rich-quick classes that's what it said that they were doing. Anyways, for some reason, he had to go to jail. Here he is being interviewed, talking about what it was like to be in jail. And apparently, he produced this video about this space, basically saying that you could sell anything to anybody if the story is right. It's just the Wild West. But then he took it down because they got involved with actually doing a company here. It was called Doe Finance. And then this company got hacked. They lost $2 million of people's money, but then they took the code from Doe Finance and then made World Liberty Financial. And then from what I understand, they met Don and Eric and said, hey, why don't we let World Liberty Financial be the crypto play for you guys? So if you look at the website, here is the co-founder emeritus of World Liberty Financial. Here is another co-founder, another one, there's Barron. And here's these two guys. And then here's Steve Witkoff, another co-founder emeritus. There's one of his sons there. And this guy's gonna come back. And then there's another one of his sons. And apparently Steve Witkoff is a billionaire, likes deals. So basically, from what I understand, World Liberty Financial gathers a bunch of assets like these treasuries, bank deposits, and stuff like that. It's kind of like a bank. And then it issues this. And what I understand is this is supposed to equal $1. And this was all enabled by Trump's Genius Act, which he signed into law in the summer of 2025. So the Genius Act is the first ever regulatory system for this type of thing. Here's what it looks like. This is what they issue. And so they've got about $5.2 billion of circulation. So that means that they have assets of about $5.2 billion in this company. So if they just earn interest on their assets, their interest is generating almost $250 million a year. That's a lot of interest. And so I guess before his inauguration, Eric Trump signed an agreement with this firm to invest $500 million in World Liberty. So this is right before Trump got inaugurated. And it was this firm from the United Arab Emirates. And the guy behind the deal was this guy, Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan. And he joined the board of World Liberty Financial. So this guy's gonna come back, this Sheikh. And when that Sheikh made this investment, the Trump family got $187 million, and the Witkoff entities got $31 million. They're all invested in this through like other companies. But for it to work, somebody's got to actually buy this stuff. And so it looks like the major buyer that we know about is Justin Sun, who is a big entrepreneur in this space, and he put in $75 million. But you really can't see who's buying this thing that World Liberty Financial issues because it's recorded anonymously. So we have no idea really who's putting in the money of all this $5.2 billion of stuff. But we do know that the United Arab Emirates, the capital is Abu Dhabi, they basically put $2 billion into this thing that World Liberty Financial issues and then made that as an investment in this other company. So likely that's another $2 billion of this $5.2 billion here. So 75% of all of these sales flow directly to these Trump entities, 12.5% to the Witkoffs and 12.5% to the guys who founded it. And it's expanding. So Pakistan has now signed an exploratory agreement with this company to issue this and use this dollar-pegged asset for cross-border payments. So here is Zach Witkoff, one of Steve Witkoff's son, meeting with this general from Pakistan. That's this guy right here. And this is Abu Dhabi. It's the capital of the United Arab Emirates. Looks like this. And the Trump crew definitely has a long relationship with the United Arab Emirates. They joined the Abraham Accords, which is kind of this peace and economic development coalition in the area surrounding Israel and the Middle East. And this guy's back, this sheik, so they call him the spy sheik. So here he is meeting with Trump at the White House in March of 2025. And then a few months later, the United States weighs easing NVIDIA chip curbs on the United Arab Emirates and ultimately does. And then shortly after that, Donald Trump makes a historic visit to the United Arab Emirates in person. So this World Liberty Financial that is generating almost $100 million in profit per month, that has all these folks that are associated with the Trump administration, is doling out, I guess, about $75 million a month to the Trump entities, $12.5 million a month to the Witkoffs, and about $12.5 million a month to these technical co-founders. Do you think this is improper and Trump profiting off the presidency? Or is it okay for them to mix kind of business and peace in the Middle East, with Abu Dhabi making it looks like about $2.5 billion of investment in this company, but maybe building these peace and business deals between the United States and its allies? Is this just peace and business, or is it corruption?